Studios. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560. The Answer.
Friendship's expensive. Good morning. Amy Jacobson here, John Anthony, and for Dan Proft. Dan will be back tomorrow, so we'll hear all about his golf game, how he hit the little white ball down the fairway. Very exciting. Do you have a lot of friends? What's your friend base like, John Anthony?
I have a lot of associates.
Oh.
Few friends.
Oh, so what you're saying is you have a posse?
I have a lot of associates, few friends.
A few friends, but associates.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep my circle real small.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of my circle, but I don't go out. Like, we don't go
No.
out to
Unless
eat
I'm at the Cubs game and I park in your garage.
Then we have some speaks, yes. Yeah. But that's pretty much it because you live so far away. I mean, if you lived 2 doors down, I'd probably be that weird neighbor who say, hey, can you go
Got
walking?
some sugar?
Well, that too, and ice because my ice maker always breaks down. I can't stand my refrigerator and freezer. But no, I would ask you to go for walks and you probably look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at me now.
Cat lady.
Go with me to walk the cat and the dog.
Cat lady.
Because the cat comes with sometimes when I walk the dog.
Oh, nice.
But we're learning that over half of Americans think maintaining adult friendships is expensive because when you have a friend, you have to do things together. With more on this, let's welcome to the program Emily Fanous. You can see her on X at Emily Thornton TV. She's senior content and media strategist at Digital Third Coast. Good morning, Emily, and welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So what is up with Freindflation? It is a thing, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So we recently conducted a survey among Americans, asking them about their friendships. So, if you do have fewer friends, it sounds like that your wallet is going to be hurting less. Like you mentioned, maintaining friendships is expensive. And our survey found, like you said, that more than half, 52% of Americans believe that maintaining friendships as an adult is expensive. And 37% say the cost of living right now has forced them to actually neglect their friendships.
So if you're buying a house, you'd rather put your money for your mortgage than hanging out with a Gen Zer?
Yeah, you might not be going out to dinner and drinks every weekend if you're trying to buy that house. You might be staying home and maybe a nice phone call, but nothing that's going to, cost anything. But like you mentioned, having friends a lot of the time comes with expenses. People want to go out, want to go do activities, and all of that costs something.
Well, I have so many nieces and nephews, and they have out-of-town weddings. They have out-of-town bachelor parties, bachelorette parties. I mean, this stuff adds up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like you mentioned, there are just so many different categories of, types of activities that come along with being friends. Like you said, even if you have friends that are out of town that maybe you're not meeting up with every weekend to get food and drinks, when you do go to see them, that could be travel expenses. That could be flights. And like you mentioned, it's weddings, it's bachelorette parties, it's all the different things. So our survey actually did find that among all the generations, the overall average annual cost of friendship is over $5,800. It comes in at $5,814 to maintain a friendship for 1 year. And that's talking about things like birthday spending, wedding and wedding party spending, travel with friends, and then also what you spend on your friends during the holidays, too.
I'm curious, what was the breakdown of those surveyed as it relates to men and women? Because us men, it's easy. Happy birthday, bro.
I think you guys go out.
Happy birthday, bro.
You guys go out and drink.
Yeah, but we also say happy birthday is a gift? What's that?
Are you
that breakdown was 49% of survey respondents were men and 49% were women, 2% non-binary or preferred not to answer. So it wasn't even split of gender.
Oh. And where were the men at as it related to giving gifts, to spending on gifts?
I don't have that data right now in front of me. I could absolutely pull it, but we mostly pulled the data looking at the generational differences because we know that, maybe the older generations aren't traveling so much to see their friends, or if they're in retirement, maybe they are. But from what we found, that annual average spending for a total friendship for 1 year, the generation that is spending the most is millennials, and that averaged out to more than $7,000. Again, I think that a lot of that goes into, like we had mentioned, a lot of millennials right now are getting married, having these big life events. So, of course, at certain ages, you might be spending more on different activities or celebrating different things. But, yeah, right now it's millennials and Gen Zers are leading the way with the most expensive cost of friendship.
And I just, you live in Chicago. Why do you have to go to Nashville for your bachelorette party? You know what I mean? It's stupid stuff like that. Or go to Miami.
Have you been? Nashville's nice, though.
Oh, I know Nashville's nice, but everybody's on their bachelorette party or bachelor party. Every lady's got the cowboy boots on, the short skirt, and the veil.
And the glitter.
It's so crazy. But you could say no, right? I mean, that's definitely an option.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can absolutely say no. And that's why I think, our survey also found that 43% of folks said that it's difficult to maintain friendships who have a significantly higher income than themselves. So like you're saying, if one person's like, hey, let's go to Nashville, let's plan this party, and maybe it's not hurting their finances too much, for the folks that it is squeezing their wallet a little bit more, they're finding it difficult to be friends with these folks because it's just hard to keep up and they can't be spending all this money.
How much do boomers spend a year on friendship and Gen X?
Yeah.
I'm Gen X, by the way, I think. I'm not a boomer. Not a boomer. Thank you.
Boomers spend for a total cost of friendship for 1 year, it's $3,832. And Gen X is just slightly more than that at $3,905.
Wow. And where does it depend on location, too? Like if you're in an urban setting, a suburban setting, or out in the country?
Absolutely. So, yeah, we also asked folks about where they live and the cost of living. I mean, no surprise here that, of course, urban city living is more expensive. So the total for folks who lived in the city monthly spending on drinks, food, entertainment, activities with friends per month came out to around $747. That significantly drops for people in suburban areas and rural areas down into the 200s.
Wow. And who are the people? How many people did you conduct this survey with?
Yeah, so we surveyed 995 Americans from all across the country, again, an even gender split, and ranged in age from 18 to 75.
Wow. All right. Well, anything else we need to know about this study before we let you go and get on with your next study?
Yeah, I just think it's interesting. And, people, especially going into a new year, people might be looking through their finances right now. So something to keep in mind that maybe if your friend cancels on you, it's not because they don't want to see you, but maybe their finances are a little tight right now.
It makes you yearn for the days of the playground
where
that was free.
Right. I got one more thing. Emily, our Cubbies have to rebound this year. The Cubs have to rebound this year.
Gosh, I know.
I like the Tucker trade.
I'm with you. I know. It's 2016, we loved it, but now that I'm looking at my calendar right now, that was several years ago. We waited long enough, obviously, for 2016. But come on, I'm ready to have a good year. So.
Yeah,
it was so weird because I used to be a season ticket holder, and I got a phone call from this lovely lady from the Cubs organization. Her name's Virginia, and she asked if I wanted, was interested in season tickets. Never in my lifetime did I ever think that they'd be soliciting and asking people for season tickets. Because before we were on, I was on a waiting list for a long time to try and get in, and finally got the tickets, and then, sold them, or then, I didn't get the season tickets the following year, but I just never thought that I'd see that where they were out soliciting for people to buy season tickets.
Yeah, I was on a season waiting list for 3 years. And then when it came time, I didn't see the email, so I lost my space.
Oh, you lost your slot, huh?
Oh,
well, there's always the White Sox.
No way. That's the Little League team. I can watch Little League teams on TV.
All right. Emily Fanous, you can follow her on X at Emily Thornton TV. And Emily, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a
Take
good
care.
day.
You too, and she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
There is a place in northern Illinois that people have come from all around the globe seeking treasure.
It's amazing. I didn't